Hey guys, it's Owen from Wrestling Inc. back with another wrestling news roundup. Without any further ado, let's get into today's biggest stories in the world of professional wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling legend debuts in AEW, IWGP World Title match set for Forbidden Door. The IWGP World Heavyweight Championship will be on the line at AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. During the June 22nd episode of AEW Dynamite, six-time heavyweight champion Kazuchika Okada made his All Elite Wrestling debut. Okada rushed down to the ring to even the numbers up for Hangman Adam Page, who was being attacked by Adam Cole and IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jay White. Following the brawl, Cole retreated to the stage while White grabbed his title and escaped further damage from Okada. Former AEW World Champion Hangman Page and Okada came face to face in the ring just 2 weeks after Page called Okada out for an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match at this weekend's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. However, White defeated Okada at New Japan's Dominion event on June 12 to become the new champion. All Elite Wrestling would quickly announce that White will make the first defense of his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship during this weekend's pay-per-view against the aforementioned Okada, Cole, and Page. Top AEW star to miss Forbidden Door, surprise replacement to be revealed. Last night's episode of AEW Dynamite kicked off with Blackpool Combat Club's Bryan Danielson coming down to the ring and addressing his future in the ring. He started off by saying that it's a great week to be an AEW and professional wrestling fan because Sunday is Forbidden Door and next Wednesday is the Blood and Guts episode of Dynamite. It's essentially the total opposite of technical wrestling masterpiece that Forbidden Door will be, but it's violence he's excited for, just like the AEW fans. Bryan then said he was excited to be part of the events and go against the man that Chris Jericho hired to face him, that being Zack Sabre Jr. He said that not only was he going to prove that he's a better technical wrestler than Sabre Jr., but he was also going to crush his trachea. He was excited for the violent Blood and Guts match because he wanted to get revenge from the Anarchy at the Arena match at Double or Nothing. However, due to the Anarchy in the Arena match and what went down, he is not cleared to compete at Forbidden Door or Blood and Guts. But lest anybody be concerned about his overall health, he feels good and can run 2 miles without breaking a sweat, read words and jump through ropes whenever he feels the desire. He assures everyone that despite breaking his neck and all the other injuries in his career, he will be back and better than ever. The good news is Eddie Kingston went on record to call him a judgmental prick in a recent interview. He agrees with that statement actually. Danielson says that since he is a judgmental prick, he has really high standards, so when he promises something is going to be amazing, it will be. He said that he found the one person to take his place at Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts, and he's going to put on amazing matches in both scenarios. As the audience asked who, he said that he wasn't going to let the news be revealed until this Sunday. Bryan then finished off the segment by shouting the question, quote, "Who's the best technical wrestler in the world?" Sabre Jr. then made his way onto the entrance ramp and shouted out some insults as the segment ended. Danielson has been out of action since AEW Double or Nothing on May 29, as he mentioned in his promo. Despite original reports stating that he would only be out of action for 1 to 2 weeks, Danielson will now miss over a month of action from undisclosed injuries. Danielson's announcement has fueled the rumor mill as to the identity of the mystery man possessing sound technical wrestling skills. Fans on social media have floated names such as Cesaro and Johnny Gargano, both whom are currently free agents. Other names doing the round include indie veteran Chris Hero, New Japan Pro Wrestling star Shibata, and undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion Jonathan Gresham. It should be noted that Excalibur mentioned on commentary that the Mystery Man will be the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club. Cesaro is reportedly laying low and, quote, taking time off for family reasons since his WWE departure back in February. He recently trademarked the name Cesaro, which could potentially be his post-WWE stage name. Christian Cage mentions Luke Perry's Death Marco stunt during AEW Dynamite. Last night's episode of AEW Dynamite featured a segment where Christian Cage came down to the ring to speak with Tony Schiavone about his actions the week prior. As noted, Cage turned heel and attacked Jungle Boy last Wednesday on Dynamite by hitting the young star with a kill switch finisher and a brutal concerto. Jungle Boy was stretchered to the back following Dynamite as Cage berated Jungle Boy's mother at ringside. Cage explained there were a couple of reasons why he turned on Jungle Boy, the first being how he was eliminated in the Casino Battle Royale at Double or Nothing last year. He says due to that loss he missed out on a big bonus and a fast path to the AEW World Championship. He then went on to explain that it may have been a petty way of seeing things, but what is even pettier is how mad it made him to hear the loud cheers when Jungle Boy eliminated him. He claimed that he is a legend and deserved to be treated as such. Cage then scoffed at the people who thought he was there to help out the company and the younger generation of talent. No, he just wanted lots of money and to be at the top where he thinks he deserves to be. He believed that Jungle Boy will never have that killer instinct, and that's the main reason Jurassic Express lost the tag team titles against the Young Bucks last week. Shivani then drew attention to the confrontation that Cage had with Jungle Boy's mother at ringside, where the two berated one another. The former World Heavyweight Champion claimed it's because his mother might have had the hots for him. He knows he was like a father figure to Jungle Boy and that his mother might want him to be his new father, but he already had a father, and his father, Luke Perry, is dead. Perry legitimately suffered a stroke in 2019 caused by a blood clot blocking a blood vessel and preventing blood and oxygen from getting to his brain properly. He passed away at 52 years old. Tired of hearing Cage run his mouth, Luchasaurus ran down to the ring and started overpowering Cage in the corner while he still had hold of the microphone. It was difficult to make out everything Cage was saying, but he clearly asked at one point, quote, "Remember what happened to Marco?" Then Cage kept reassuring Luchasaurus that he was like a son to him and gave him a hug before they walked out of the ring together. Stunt, a previous fixture of Jurassic Express, received a phone call from Christopher Daniels back in March where he was informed that the company would not be renewing his contract. Budget cuts and a large ever-growing roster were cited as two reasons his contract was not renewed at the time. Young Bucks set to reunite with Bullet Club at AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. A major match is set for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's Forbidden Door event. During the June 22nd episode of AEW Dynamite, AEW World Tag Team Champions Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks announced that they'll team up for one night only with Bullet Club's El Phantasmo and Hikuleo against Sting, Darby Allin, Takahashi and Shingo Takagi at this weekend's Forbidden Door pay-per-view. The Young Bucks were a staple of the Bullet Club upon their arrival in New Japan Pro Wrestling in 2013, alongside former IWGP Heavyweight and AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. However, after helping form All Elite Wrestling in 2019, the Jackson brothers would form the Super Elite with the aforementioned Omega, as well as Doc Gallows, Carl Anderson and Don Callis. So what are your thoughts on today's Wrestling News Roundup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to like and subscribe to Wrestling Inc. and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.